Hey, you guys, this is Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment, and I'm having issues with my throat, so I can apologize ahead of time, but I am here with Mr. Deriyun McGee, and I'm laughing because we had a discussion about how to pronounce his name. He spells it differently, but he said it's okay for me to call him Deriyun. So, hey, Deriyun, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Miss Nessyp, how you doing today?
I'm just fine. I am just fine. I am so excited for us to do this. I'm going to tell you guys something. I was at the CWFF a couple of weeks, about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago, almost. And I saw this film, and the name of the film is Rewind. And I'm going to have Deriyun explain to you what the movie was about. But I just feel like this young man, he's going up there. He's going to get up there. And so I get to be the first person to interview him. So I'm just all excited about that. So Deriyun, tell me a little bit about yourself before we talk about your movie.
And I appreciate that. So I'm Deriyun McGee. So I write. I went to school back in 2005, and I learned how to write movies and
Okay.
film. And my teacher, her name was Lisa Rosenthal. She was actually the executive producer for The Prince of Bel-Air for like 2 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I was in class, she always said, like, you got it. You should really get into movies. You should write. You really have it. She kept comparing me to Will Smith and so needless to say, I never like really took it serious. So,
Okay.
and then in 2009, I moved to Tampa and I auditioned for a movie with my brother, Tony Stenyard. It was called Love, Sex, and Consequences. And I got the role. I played the bad guy. So I'm
Why
like,
does
man,
that sound so familiar?
he was doing his thing. Tony Stenyard, he's a mover and shaker up here in the Bay Area. He
Okay.
had a play out called Saul's Juke Joint. He the man. That's my guy.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find him.
My mom passed away. I moved to Virginia for a while, graduated aviation engineering school. I came back in around 2013. I started writing books. And then I lost a lot of family members, to sickness and disease. And I lost my mom. I ended up losing my dad, lost my granddaddy, lost my brother to cancer.
Wow.
And so that's when I decided I started writing books. And then
Okay.
around 2019, 2020, I got the idea to let me go ahead and start turning these books into movies. Let me get back into my background. Let me get into the film industry. And here I am.
Okay. I know with watching the movie, I can tell that your brother had a very big impact
Yeah.
on his death had a really big impact. How did you cope with that?
It was very difficult because losing my mom was one thing, but actually that was my first time actually seeing somebody that I know suffer and die
Okay.
from a sickness. And we found out that he had it. He kept saying his back was hurting. And, he went to the hospital and they're saying that he need to be adjusted, like chiropractor, that he went somewhere
Okay.
else and found out that he had cancer. And then this was my first time ever dealing with this. So, I didn't know a whole lot. You want to put
Okay.
trust and faith in the doctors and the hospitals and everything, right? They did a biopsy. As soon as they cut my brother, took a little sample and cut him, it spread throughout his body like that, like wildfire. He
Wow.
was gone in 5 months.
Wow.
So to watch a guy that I used to consider my hero, he used to protect me growing up, he was a solid dude, he had muscles and stuff. And to watch him just shrink and just, become helpless before my very eyes so fast, it was just like a real helpless feeling, and he was faithful in the doctors and the chemotherapy. So we were like, let's try some natural remedies. And my cousin was telling us about a plant called moringa plant. And we were like, let's try that out. But he was just like, nah, man, these doctors know what they're talking about. I ain't trying to be playing around with this stuff.
Okay.
And then we lost him. So what really, really had the great profound effect on me is about a year and a half later, on one of my jobs, I was a assistant manager at a rental arms store. And one of the customers, she came in with stage 4 cancer, like my brother. And I was telling her to take this moringa, like, try this out, try this out. But she wouldn't listen to me. She thought I was crazy. And she got so sick. And I called her one day and her sister picked the phone up. And I told her sister about the moringa. And her sister made her take it. And
Wow.
we listened to I told her about the Dr. Sebi and the alkaline water. Her sister made her take it, and she got alkaline water, and she made her take it. Like, and I got a text message like a month or two later, like, I'm in remission. It worked.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she like, it worked. It's gone. I don't have it no more. And it's thanks to you. I thought you was crazy at first, but it really, really working. I'm gonna go tell everybody about this. And I met another woman that had cancer at another store, and I told her, and then she came back and said it's gone. And then I had a friend that had a heart disease. She took it, and she was gone. I lost my mama to heart disease. You know, lost my brother to
Okay.
cancer, lost my dad to cancer, lost my grandfather to a heart attack. So the things that killed my family members, these people coming back and telling me that it's gone.
Okay.
So I feel some type of way about that.
Yeah.
So that's where I decided to write the movie Rewind. That's where it all stemmed from. Like, man, the people need to know about this, but I don't want to go out and like challenge the big pharma and start challenging it. So I had to go about it in a way where I can get my message across without getting myself killed. Just be
Yeah,
real.
we've heard stories like that. So did you do some research about this plant?
Yeah, I mean, if you do the research, it's out there. They know about it. They got all kind of research material online in different schools and with lab rats and just they know all the different parts of the plant that cure. And I mean, my grandma had a aneurysm. I gave it to her, and she was cured in like 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
They was talking like she was about to die, and she hasn't taken a hospital medicine prescription since then. She just takes the
Oh
moringa.
my goodness.
Yeah, I stopped counting it after a while. It's just like, man, I need to say something about it. So, God spoke to me and I heard a voice came out of the sky one day and just like write the movie. So I did it. I was obedient. And I feel like whoever it touches, whoever sees it and they grasp their attention, that's who it's for.
Okay.
And I'm just blessed that it touched you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watched a very good friend of mine. When he was diagnosed with cancer, it was at stage 4, and by that time, it was all over his body. And they just said there wasn't anything. It was so far that there wasn't anything that they could have done for him. So I get the part about watching a person deteriorate and all the things and I think that's probably why I related to it so much because I was in the same situation and the same thing happened. But yeah, that film was, I think, with people that have experienced that, as far as watching a loved one deteriorate, I think it really just resonates with you and just say, if I could have helped in some type of way, maybe that person would still be here.
And that's how I feel. That's
Yeah,
how I feel. And
yeah.
it really touched base when I started seeing all these people come back and tell me like, it's gone. I don't have it no more. It worked. I'm just like, yeah, we tried to tell my brother. Then right before he really, really, like, it was really too late, like really too late. Then he decided to take it to a point where we was feeding it through his stomach in the tube. It was too late by then. And he said something to me, on his birthday. He passed away the day after my birthday, so he hung on. But on his birthday, which is like a month and a half before mine, he looked at me and said, I should have listened to you. He could barely talk because it was in his throat. But he listened to me like, I should have listened to you. He said, I should have listened to you. Like, he was letting me know I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
And it never left me. And that's why I put that exact line in my movie so that somebody else is going to see that and they're going to remember that. And I got a brother that came down with it, cancer. And after the movie and stuff, it hit him so hard. He went and took the moringa, and then he even did more research and learned to starve. You got to starve it, and you got to stop eating sugars. And he really went in, and he got rid of it. He got rid of it.
Wow.
So like we know how to beat this stuff.
Okay, so you're gonna be Dr. Darian from now on.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I want no part of that, Hey, listen, I just spread the word and then I'm out the way.
Yeah, but you've got that gift that you're able to share that information without being offensive to people.
Right.
You know, because some people's like, oh, he, like you said, some of them, like that one lady, is like, you don't know what you're talking about, you know? And so you come across as someone that's genuine. And that makes a big difference versus having people say, oh, he's just trying to sell me something, you know, or that situation. So no, I got it. So how long did it take you to do the movie?
This movie was my first movie, and it was a major learning lesson, good and bad. I'm thankful that I got it done,
Okay.
but it was a major learning lesson for me and other people around me. So I'll say it took me about 3 months, 4 months to do this movie. Had a
Oh,
lot of hiccups, you know, but we got it done. So about 3 or 4 months.
about 3 or 4 months. And
Yeah.
this is like you guys are working on this every day?
Only on the weekends, we
Only on the
rehearsed.
weekends?
Yeah, I used to live in the hood. It was come to the hood to my apartment, and sit around in my living room and rehearse for like a month straight every weekend. And then we started filming. I came up with the I wrote it.
Okay.
I went and found me a director. I found all the locations. I held auditions, got my cast together, and we were supposed to shoot it a year before we shot it, but COVID stopped everything.
Okay.
So we put it on pause. And
Okay.
once we got past COVID, I'm like, yo, let's go. We gotta do this. Plus, God spoke to me. I heard His voice. Like, how me and you talking right here? They said, write the
Yeah.
movie. And so it's like, yo, I
Yeah.
gotta do this. I gotta put this. I was raised like that. And when God speak, you listen.
Yeah, that is very true. I understand. I got that part.
Yes, ma'am.
So, although this was your first movie, was there any other movies that you had seen that kind of used like, I want mine to go? The storyline is different. I understand that, but maybe they kind of influence how you work things out and how you did things, or no?
Never. I haven't seen any movies like mine. But I'll tell you what influenced my movie.
Okay.
The situation with Nipsey Hussle,
Yeah.
that really influenced me. And with the whole government and the agents and everything, because
Mhm.
when he died, it showed when the guy Eric Holder came and killed him. But me, I started studying, and one night I just felt his spirit in my room. Like I never met him in my life, of course, but I can feel like
Okay.
he's with me. I could just feel his spirit, like. And so I just started studying, and I turned the video on YouTube, and in one sense, it was an empty parking space. But then another video from a different angle, it was a white car in that same space with the same exact event going on. And the guy Eric Holder walked up to a white dude and he nodded at Nipsey. And then Eric looked at Nipsey and he went over there and started shooting him. And so
Wow.
that's when they hit me like, yo, they some kind of way removed the car. And
Okay.
they removed that whole part out of there. But somebody caught it and they put it online. And when I saw that, it really touched me. Like, yo, the powers that be, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I saw this and I'm watching this video, two different videos. I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same exact event, but move back a little bit and the car gone and
Yeah.
the guy's gone.
Oh
So
my
that,
goodness.
and I've learned how to edit, and so that really touched me. And then what else? That was the biggest part, like
Okay.
with the agents, just from real life situations.
Okay.
Marley, Malcolm X. Is anybody that's great at what happened to them? So that real life situations, Black Panther parties, Fred Hampton. That's what made that really influenced my movie. And I
Wow.
wrote it out differently than what you saw. But I'm not gonna say any names, but it's a guy I had filming for me. And needless to say, when we got finished filming, he left me hanging with the footage and it was unorganized. I was missing like 5 scenes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's a lot of scenes that's missing, to really unfold the story.
Yeah.
People that my cast, they know, but nobody else knows. But
No, it's right.
it's missing a lot. And it was scenes that had a color blur, it was blurry, color was missing, audio was missing.
Oh my goodness.
It was bad.
It,
But I spent like $7,000 on this. So I was just like, what I'm gonna do? you know, I really put my all into this. And I had like 20, 30, 25, 30 people that was part of it. Everybody looking at me like, so I hollered, I reached out to this guy named Chris and asked him, how do I edit, man? Help me. He charged me $50 an hour for 3 hours and showed me the basis of how to use DaVinci Resolve. And then I took it from there, went on YouTube and kept studying.
Mhm.
So since I wrote the movie, I know what scenes is which.
Okay.
It was all over the place. No folders, no nothing. We had no clappers. Just they was everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
I took off 3 weeks from work because I had a lot of PTO. And I
Okay.
sit there for 12 to 14 hours a day and learn how to edit. And that's what I came up with. And now I know what I'm doing now.
Okay, it worked. It really worked. We're going to take a break right now, and we will be back with Mr. Deriyun McGee.